Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing this everyday no foundation look. Just keeping it nice and simple, not using too many products and just keeping it nice and fresh for the day. Okay, so let's get started on this no foundation look. So to start with, what I always do is apply my setting spray. This is the Australis makeup finishing spritz. I said in my last video how much I really liked it. So we're just going to spray that all over the face. You could do not open your mouth when, whew, that does not taste good. So you don't have to do that. I like to do it because I find it helps to control oil on my skin, but if you don't need to do that, that's fine. Next step we're going to do is apply a primer. I'm using my e.l.f. Poreless face primer. You want to apply a primer when you're not using any foundation, because we're just using concealer. If you just apply concealer to spots and then go to put a powder over the top to set it, you're going to end up with spots of your face because the powder is going to grab more to the concealed area because the rest of your face will be dry. So I'm going to take a little bit of that. I'm just going to press that into the skin. Okay, so instead of foundation today, we are going to apply our concealer in its place. So a few options. I like to use creamy concealers, not so much the serum concealers or the ones in the sticks. So a few options, especially, so more high end, I like to use my Napoleon Perdis Pro Palette Concealer because it has the 3 shades in it. So no matter whether I've got tan, you can see it's very well loved. No matter if I've got fake tan on or if I'm pale, which I am today, I will find a shade in here that matches, that I can match to my skin tone, so I can mix them. It's also got the banana shade, so that's really good for under your eyes. So that is the more high-end one that I like to use. Lower end, I've got the Australis one, Conceal and Correct 4-in-1. This one has got two skin color shades. Oh, let's pop that up. So a deeper skin color shade and a lighter skin color shade. And it's also got your purple concealer, so that's for brightening, and a green one for redness. But today I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro Conceals. So I'm going to mix shade Porcelain and Creamy Beige together. So I'm just going to take my large eyeshadow brush and I'm going to mix them together to create my shade. Now these ones are quite creamy and they are full coverage. Now you can either do this with your finger, so taking your ring finger and a little bit of concealer and then pressing it over the area you wish to conceal. If you want to use a brush, you want to use a more, not your standard concealer brush that's more flat. You want to take a fluffier brush so it gives you a more diffused look around the area. So you'll see it definitely on my breakouts when I go to do them. So if you're using a brush, you just want to press it on. Now I've got a lot on my brush because I just used it to mix, so I'm just going to dot it in the areas that I'm going to conceal. The good thing with this is you just pick problem areas. And then with a very light hand, you just want to blend it. So it gives a very diffused and soft look and no harsh lines from where you have concealed as opposed to where you haven't. Okay, and we're just pressing them over the areas we wish to conceal. Now we're not trying to go full coverage here because if we were doing that, we would be putting foundation on. This is like literally for on the days that you really just don't feel like wearing a lot of makeup, or if you're in a rush. And we're just covering areas of discoloration. Okay, now that we've concealed all our problem areas, we're now going to take a liquid highlighter. So I like to use my BB Plus Illumination. I use that mostly when I have a tan because of the goldy shade. When I'm a bit paler like now, I like to use my Australis liquid strobe in pink. So we're going to take a little bit of that and we're just going to dot it onto the areas where we would like some glow. So high points, so cheekbones, center of the nose, Cupid's bow. Ooh, crap, put too much on. And I put a little bit above my eyebrows. Now we're going to take the same large eyeshadow brush. I'm going to blend that out. So I'm going to start in the areas that I only put a little bit. It just gives your face a nice, because when you're not wearing a lot of foundation, you just want to look very fresh and glowy. So you just, again, you can do this with your fingers. I like to use a brush and you're just diffusing it, so blending it out. And I like to do it on the high points of my eyebrows because then it creates the lift in the light. Now we're just going to set the concealer and what we did. So I'm going to take my Nude by Nature pressed mattifying mineral veil and I'm just going to press it over mostly the T-zone and the areas where I have the breakouts that I covered with concealer. The rest of the face I'm going to leave. So I'm taking my powder brush and we're just going to set under the eyes first. I'll do that. And then T-zone, because that's where I am going to get oily, most likely. But I'm going to leave where we put the highlighter on the cheeks. And this just helps to give an even look to the skin, as opposed to sections where you've just put concealer, and then if you just leave it. Helps to just blend everything together. Next, what I'm going to do is do my brows. Now I'm going to show you the laziest way to do your brows possible. So I'm going to take my spoolie and brush them up to start with. Clean spoolie. Then what I'm going to do is take my brow powder. I've got my Garbo and Kelly brow powder in Brunette. And what I'm going to do is take my spoolie and just rub it into the powder, so you're picking it up on the spoolie. Then, this is what I do when I'm busy, or if it's just a day where I don't want to wear a lot of makeup. You take that spoolie, the bit where you've rubbed it, and you just brush it through your eyebrows. So you're adding a bit of colour to them. And thickening them up a little bit. Then I'm just going to pop some brow gel on, again my Garbo and Kelly brow gel, and I'm going to just set them in place so they do not move. Now we're going to take bronzer. So when I'm really pale, I can use my Wet n Wild Ticket to Brazil bronzer. It's got a bit of shimmer in it, it's really pretty. It is very light though, so if you've got a tan, you want to go for a darker, deeper bronzer. So I'm just going to take this one on my angled blush brush. We're just giving a bit of colour to the face. Now I'm going to take blush. You can skip this step just like with the bronzer. You can choose to skip bronzer and just do blush. You can choose to skip blush and just do bronzer. It's just to provide a bit of colour and life to your face. So I'm going to take my MUA Makeup Academy blush in Candyfloss. So I know a lot of people recommend smiling to put your blush on. The only problem with that is you can see here you create lines and on the side of your eyes. So what you want to do is smile to get your area you're going to work on, which is the high point of the cheek, the apple, and then relax your face and go in. Just so you don't end up with creases. Oh, I forgot with the bronzer. What we're going to do is take that on a clean, large eyeshadow brush and just dust that over your eyelid. Again, just to give it a nice bit of colour. Nothing crazy. Now again with the same brush, we're now going to add just a little bit more highlighter. You don't have to do this, one highlighter is enough, because you can see there we've still got some glue happening. What I like to do is take my blush brush again, and just because we haven't set that, lightly take a highlighter. This is the Gerard Cosmetics Marilyn Star Powder. So I'm just going to take my brush, dip it in, and then just sweep it across. Again, you don't have to do this. I think, in all honesty, the liquid one is enough on its own, but if you just want a little bit of something, a little bit extra, that's a good one. So for the eyes, all I'm going to do on the eyes, we just did that with the bronzer, but I'm going to do my little trick that I showed you guys in my Garbo and Kelly video, which is taking my pomade, brow pomade, and running it along the lash line just to create some definition for my eyelashes, because I got none. You can then do with your highlighter, so you can do this with the liquid before setting it, or you can do this afterwards with your powder one, just putting a dot onto the center of your eyelid. So again, when the light catches, it gives you a nice natural look. The lashes now with my eyelash curler and pop some mascara on. I've got my Australis Multi Mega Lash. Now the only thing we have left is lips. So here is where you can either, if you like matte liquid lipsticks, you can apply one of those. If you like just a nude gloss, you can apply a gloss. What I like to do is give a little bit more colour to the face, because we haven't put a lot of products on at all. So I like to take my Gerard Cosmetics lipstick in the shade Rodeo Drive. It's a very nice berry tone, natural pinky colour. So all I do, dot it onto the lips. And it just gives you a nice flush of colour. Gives your lips more of that stain look as opposed to a full-on lipstick look. And then, because we all know I love gloss, I'm taking my Pouty Princess Gerard Cosmetics gloss and just applying a little bit of that. So this is a pretty bright colour, so I apply a little bit on the bottom lip and then I'm just going to spread it out with my finger. Just want to finish with a nice little spritz of setting spray. And there you have it, my everyday no foundation look. It's just nice and glowy and natural on the skin, and you're just going to look put together and not like you've literally just crawled out of bed, which there's nothing wrong with that if that's how you want to look, but I like to cover my breakouts and just apply a little bit of something to make me feel a little bit special. So I hope you enjoyed watching. If you haven't already and you would like to, please subscribe down below. The little red button. There's also a bell there for notifications if you would like to be notified when I upload. And I will see you in my next video. Have a fabulous day.